It's Sam here from Magic with Gadgets, and I've got a brilliant podcast episode for you today. I am sharing with you the most common mistakes people make when it comes to cooking chicken in the air fryer. Chicken alongside potatoes are two of the best foods to cook in the air fryer. They taste absolutely delicious. They make you want to use your air fryer more. But at the same time, if you end up following a bad video or a bad recipe online, it can really put you off when it comes to chicken. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to share with you the worst mistakes that we see happening when it comes to chicken, so that you don't make them and you're in with the knowledge and you're going to make then the best ever air fryer chicken. Well, number one absolutely must be AI. AI gives some awful advice out when it comes to cooking in the air fryer, and it's because what it does is it collects together lots of information because it's just a computer, and it's giving you the wrong information because it could just as easily be taking it from a bad source, such as a Reddit where somebody's asked a question, somebody's given any random answer and hasn't even cooked air fried chicken. Then that ends up getting grouped into the system, and that's what happens. So for example, have you heard of the 20% rule? Now this is a very interesting one, and this is what AI recommends, because they've used this system for converting air fryer recipes, which doesn't work, by the way. Because if you follow this system that they say when you're asking it for air fried chicken cooking times, it will tell you that you need to reduce the temperature compared to the oven by 20 degrees. So if you're normally roasting a chicken in the oven at 200 Celsius, then of course you cook it at 180 Celsius. That part of it is spot on. But what isn't spot on is that it then tells you to reduce the cooking time from the oven instructions by 20%, which reducing the cooking times by 20% is done as an average across all food that you're converting from the oven to the air fryer. So whilst that might work for something that's quick cooking in the oven, like frozen fish fingers, mozzarella sticks, some oven chips, etc., it doesn't work when it comes to roasting a chicken. If you do these calculations, it is telling you that, given that it lists how long to cook a whole chicken for in the oven on supermarket whole chickens you buy that are raw, then that would mean that they would take 1 hour and 20 minutes in the air fryer. I can tell you now that a whole chicken, a large size that I'm comparing this on, is actually 1 hour at the most. So you're adding another 20 minutes to the cook time of something that's perfectly cooked on 1 hour. So that is quite frightening. I've done this calculation across a lot of different foods, and I've found that with the roasts and the vegetables, it is the worst. So just remember that when you're trying to figure out how long to cook a chicken for. A large whole chicken, on average 1 hour. It would only be slightly more if you'd actually put stuff in the inside carcass of the chicken. That's the only thing that would increase it in time. But yes, do bear that in mind. Number 2 on the list is, if you are roasting a chicken in the air fryer, it's a totally different system and way of doing things compared to the oven. One of the biggest mistakes we have seen is people putting butter under the skin when they're cooking a whole chicken in the air fryer. No butter is required. It is much better with olive oil. All you do is you massage the whole of the chicken in some extra virgin olive oil, which is about 1 tablespoon for a large whole chicken. Add your seasonings at the same time, and all visible skin, and you can add some salt and pepper and some dried parsley as well to that, and then it starts off cooking breast side down. So the problem there is, if you're using butter, it just spills out, and the butter stops it from being as tender and crispy compared to with the olive oil. We've even seen it on TV where you can tell they've cut the chicken scene because it's gone wrong, and they're like, right, we need to make this look good. So they've edited the video when we've seen it on TV to make it look like it's been done with butter when it hasn't, because it's gone wrong. So it's very careful editing that they've done there. And so just remember, no butter, and make sure you start it off breast side down. And the breast side down thing is more because then you're getting an equal cook on both sides, and it stops the chicken from browning too much on top, and it gives it such a moist texture. People cannot believe how good chicken is when you follow that rule with the air fryer. Number 3 is a big mistake I've made myself when cooking chicken in the air fryer, and this applies to chicken thighs. We all love the garlic, honey and soy chicken, don't we? And adding the honey too soon and you just end up with black skin on those chicken thighs. So make sure that when you're using honey in the air fryer with your chicken, that you add it for the last few minutes of the cooking time, because then you won't have to worry about the black honey and you'll have a lovely honey crispy drizzle on your chicken. Number 4 is not understanding the cooking time and temperature when it comes to chicken. Cooking your chicken at 200 Celsius, 400 Fahrenheit is too high overall for chicken, unless it's just at the end of the cooking time to make the skin crispy, because otherwise you'll end up with dried out chicken. And the same goes for the cooking time. The problem there is that chicken cooks so fast in the air fryer, and it often throws people because they can't believe how quick it's done and they assume that they need to cook it for longer. For example, take chicken breast. Small chicken breast 15 minutes, medium is 20 minutes and large is 25 minutes. So it's really not long at all really when you think of how long it takes to cook chicken. You know, so just bear that in mind when you're planning your chicken that you're going to be cooking in the air fryer. And I've also check out our air fryer cooking guide, because that's got time and temps to more than 275 everyday foods and has a strong poultry chapter for getting your head around chicken and similar foods. Let me introduce you to the Complete Air Fry Cookbook, which has sold more than 200,000 copies worldwide, is a Sunday Times bestseller and features in many cookery magazines. But never mind its impressive stats, what success can it bring you? It can teach you how to air fry from experts having used the air fryer since 2012. Everything actually cooks in the air fryer, so no saucepans, frying pans and such like. It includes step-by-step photos and easy recipes that will get you confident with the air fryer. So search air fryer salmon don online and add it to your Amazon basket. Find it in Lakeland, Waterstones, online at many retailers, or go to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/books. Number 5 is thinking that you need to use the bake setting all the time. The thing about the bake setting is it's been made by Ninja, and it felt like they were trying to compete with Instant Pot for how many different buttons that they could have, and it felt more like a preset rather than an essential part of it. So it's great for melting the butter, because it will take the temperature down to 120 Celsius. That's 250 Fahrenheit that you need for melting butter, for boiling eggs in there. But for everything else, just stick with air frying. We often get asked, why don't you say whether you use air fry, bake, roast or grill and such like? Well, it's always air fry unless we say otherwise, because air fryer is the universal technology that they all have. It's just that Ninja has lots of different variations of that. But whenever we've done chicken on bake versus air fry, we've found that the results are the same. So you might as well just press air fry, and just don't stress over the fact that you've also got a bake button and a roast button and you don't feel like you're using them enough and you're just using air fry, because that is perfectly normal. So don't feel guilty about that. Number 6 on the list is preheating. When you're cooking chicken in an air fryer, you do not need to preheat it, because the air fryer warms up incredibly quickly. And then what happens is, because you're following a recipe that doesn't preheat, and then you follow the same time and temperature, your food is going to end up overcooked by several minutes. So in reality, the only things you need to preheat for in the air fryer is foods that in the oven would ruin if the oven wasn't incredibly hot. So I'm basically talking here about Yorkshire puddings and toad in the hole. Those are the only main things you need to preheat an air fryer for. So really don't stress about the idea of preheating or not preheating, because you really don't need to preheat an air fryer across most foods. Number 7, I have to say that one of the nicest foods to cook in the air fryer is chicken when it's marinated. So whatever you do, if you're putting marinated chicken in the air fryer, make sure you put it inside something, because you don't want an air fryer that's covered in all this mess from the marinade. My recommendations is a foil tray, a paper liner, or a silicone. We use silicone when we're doing Hunter's chicken, for example. So that's brilliant because we can do the chicken breasts in there, add in the barbecue sauce and the cheese, and know that everything is actually in the dish, and you're not having a problem with the air fryer burning in the bottom because some of the liquid has spilled into the bottom of the air fryer. And that is a wrap. That is 7 of the most common mistakes when it comes to air fryer chicken. Have I mentioned one that you've done before and you're glad that you don't do anymore? Or have some of those come to light that you hadn't even thought about? Let me know, and if there's a type of food that you would like us to run through the mistakes with, we will gladly do so. Just let us know, and we would love it if you subscribed and followed our podcast. Thanks so much for listening. And you can find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, and of course Instagram. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, or why not head over to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/newsletter and join our weekly newsletter, where we go into detail about all our favourite kitchen gadget recipes, tips, tricks and resources. And a ciao for now.